We are live from the garage. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. OMG. Have you guys ever had one of those days where pretty much anything and everything that could go wrong kind of does like a little teeny bit? That's been today a bit. As you can see, I'm in my tank top. I don't normally rock a tank top. I rolled in the door. Jen handed me food. I just ate Taco Bell like I'm on the RPF to do this because I ran from the doctors. Do not fret, guys. I am not dying. And to quote Samuel Jackson from the great film Long Kiss Goodnight, can't kill me, motherfuckers. All right. So, yeah. It turns out I just have super bad asthma right now. I've just been feeling like total dog shit for a while. Don't have COVID again. But, yeah, as you guys can hear it, I'm super congested, all that other shit. So my doctor's giving me some stuff to fix me up. She also told me that I have something called allergy shiners, which is like these forever dark circles around your eyes, apparently. That's an indicator, and I've never heard that technical term before, that you have real bad allergies. And I'm like, I fucking know, biatch. So now I got to go see an allergist. So yay. You used to love the movie, Lanakin. Are you not a fan now? Now I'm curious, because that's a Christmas movie and everyone should watch it. And it's single-handedly saved Gina Davis's career. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now you guys have the inside skinny on why I'm dressed like this. It's not just for clicks, guys, but if the titties will help the clicks, I will show titties. Click and like and subscribe, because there's boobs. I mean, I'm a lesbian. It's on brand. I get it. You know. All right. So, yeah. More doctors. Everyone's favorite, Jobo Baggins. Yeah. Doctors are fun. Also useful. And I appreciate them. I appreciate them a lot. Okay. So, what are we talking about today? Why are we talking about it? What's going on? I received an email from a very helpful fan who was like, hey, you know, you're probably reaching some actual under the radar inside, you know, baseball kind of Scientologists right now. And you should give like a how-to on how to escape. Okay. And, yes, I too am a fan of action movies with badass women. There was one, I'm going totally off topic here, but that had Charlize Theron in it in Netflix like 2 years ago. The Old Guard, 4 years ago. Jesus, that movie came out at the beginning of the pandemic times. Definitely watch The Old Guard, Lanakin. That is like chef's kiss of awesome action, sci-fi, fantasy, all the things together. Okay. So first, let's where does my expertise in escaping Scientology come in? Okay, for those of you who are new here, I was born into Scientology, raised, and then at the age of 18, after I graduated high school, I joined the billion-year pledge organization known as the Sea Organization. Shortly after I joined, my father passed of a massive heart attack, which led to the very first time that I ran away from that place. Yeah. So when you leave the Sea Organization, unlike, you know, like a regular job, right? Like if you're working a 9 to 5 or you're, you know, anywhere you're working right now, you could just one day be like, I'm not coming in anymore. I quit, right? You could just literally quit, not show up, don't go back there, right? or even give 2 weeks notice. Be an adult, give 2 weeks notice, and find another job and all that other stuff. But you're under no obligation. And there are many states, like the state I live in, Oregon, that is an at-will state. Okay, and by that means any day you walk into your job, they could just be like, you know what, today we're letting you go, and they don't even have to tell you why. They don't have to have one singular reason. They're just like, you know what? It's been nice. Here's your final check. And, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Okay. But the problem is that in Scientology, there is no such departure willingly, right? So people do have to escape Scientology. Okay. There is no like, oh, I just don't think I want to do that anymore. They will call you, mail you, email you, show up at your house forever. Okay. So a lot of people say that, like Laura Prepon, as an example, quiet quit Scientology. I guarantee you that they did not allow one of their largest celebrities to just like not show up anymore, right? That was a fight. That was something that was not cool beans, okay? That they were for sure calling, showing up, doing various things, trying to intercept her at the Starbucks near her house, all kinds of shit to try and get her back until she finally made a public statement like, oh, I just, one day I just stopped going. Right? Okay. Nancy. 500 million years notice. Yeah, well, sure. You could be polite and do that. So I ran away many times. One, I was chased down the street. The other times I ran away, people didn't come after me till later in the day or for a few days because I was gone for a couple days. So we need to talk about this thing that Jackson Moorhead has covered thoroughly because he helped design it, known affectionately as the blow drill. Okay. So what that means is if someone does not show up for one of those 3 musters during the day, right, which is why they do the musters during the day to account for every person, right? Account for everyone. Security goes into action. Every single organization has, for the C organizations, they all have a security department. And for the class 5 organizations, the non-Sea Org organizations, they have what's called the Department of Special Affairs. Now, more often than not, the person who is the DSA, the Director of Special Affairs, in an organization is a Sea Org member that is just posted there because they used to, back in the day, entrust non-Sea Org members to be the Director of Special Affairs at a regular organization that's not a Sea Org organization. That changed, I think, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, when David Miscavige was starting to close ranks on everything going in and going on around him. And so he wanted everything to be controlled by the Sea organization. He really didn't want anything with any form of management or like real authority to be non-Sea Org. Right? Because the Sea Org members are, number one, the most dedicated, but also because they are considered religious workers, the things that we have to worry about, backlash kind of stuff when you're making people do weird shit, there's a lot more leeway in this country to overwork religious workers. There's no labor laws that cover how you make religious people work or how they leave the religious organization and things like that. It can all be chalked up to religious rights, right? Like, oh, well, we can't talk about the leaving staff sect check because it's a religious ritual, right? So you wouldn't understand it. It's a religious ritual. In fact, the leaving staff sect check is a complete mindfuck and is meant to convince you to not leave, number one. Number two, if it can't convince you to not leave, it is going to convince you that all of your secrets are so damning that if you ever speak out, you will be crushed with the full weight of Scientology. Okay. So it is, you know, the leaving staff sec check is a joke. They just want to make sure you're not going to tell secrets, that you're not harboring, you know, bad intentions towards the organization. You're going to come back and harm them, things like that. Okay. But let's say you do escape and you come back. There's just endless sec checks, conditions, OW write-ups, all this stuff to try and convince you to stay. Okay. Because there are so few Sea Org members on planet Earth that they are that desperate for even a person who's literally running away. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to tell you what I did that was successful in the past in running away, and I have to translate that into the year 2024, because when I ran away, guys, it was the 90s and 2000, right? And between 2000 and 2002. Okay, so the technology that we have available and everything else is completely different now than it was, 22 years ago. Okay, so the main thing that was successful for me in running away was having cash. That is the number one thing that you or anybody else who's thinking like, I got to get the fuck out of here. How am I going to do this? You may have to wait and bide your time for a couple months to hoard your pay, especially if you're a Sea Org member, okay? And you're getting that $50 a week when you get paid, okay? Because you're going to need about $200 to successfully get out of there and escape without them figuring it out, okay? Now, the second thing to consider, and this will be like the choose your own adventure situation, okay, is having a destination to get to. Because you can't just simply run, right? That's not going to be beneficial to you. Okay. That's going to make your fight or flight kick in so hardcore. And it also may put you in danger. Okay. If you're just literally like going to go to a shelter or something like that. And trust me, I looked for shelters. I could not find one in Los Angeles. But maybe that's just because I didn't know about those things. I didn't know where they were, So if you have family that are not Scientologists, okay, be prepared to know their contact info. Okay, like if you haven't talked to your cousin, Cindy, in 10 years because of Scientology, because you're in the Sea Org, you need to find out somehow in the sneak on the down low where cousin Cindy's at and her phone number, minimally. Okay, if you have someone's phone number, that is the most precious thing that you can have. Okay. The third thing that's important is that you have to choose a window of opportunity to go. The morning is better than the evening. Okay. Don't show up for post and then try to like escape between when you start post and, lunch, or between lunch and dinner, right? Because everybody's there. There's eyes on you. If you have a backpack with your shit in it, that's going to look weird, except for if you're walking in to post. So the other thing that's helpful to do in the time when you start hoarding the money is to start showing up early for post to work out. Okay? Like get to wherever early so you can exercise. And that will give you an excuse to always have your backpack with you. It then will become routine. No one will think it's weird. Oh, Joe walks in with their backpack every day because they go and they exercise before post because they're so upstat. They're so upstat. So you have to build a routine in, okay? Hoard the money, go exercise, which also helps you in the escape because you'll be in a little bit better shape, okay? Go, like literally, go walk on the treadmill for half an hour before post, like speed walk it, whatever, okay? Because then when you leave your dorm with your backpack, everyone's like, oh, Joe's just going to work out. It is not than something that is suspicious. You do not want to raise suspicion at any time. You walking to work every day in workout clothes is now normal. Okay? So the day, once you have enough money, I would say at least $200. Okay? So that's at least 1 month. If you want to get some more because your travel is going to take you further, then hoard as much as you can, but somehow save $200. Or if you have money already, you're good to go. Okay? But you have to still build in that routine for at least 2 weeks of you starting to exercise and bring this sort of bag or something with you. Because when you actually leave, that bag is going to be filled with your hygiene supplies and all of the regular clothes that you can, just pick a couple outfits, okay? Because you want to leave with something to wear because you may be on the road for a couple of days and you want your hygiene stuff so that you don't feel gross, okay? You want to be able to brush your teeth, put on some deodorant, okay? These things are super important, okay? And if you can, have some sort of snacks, okay? If there's like little bars you like to buy at the canteen, stock up on those and stick them in the bag because you're going to be frantic, okay? Don't get caught at the Wendy's around the corner from Pack because you were fucking hungry when you were taking off, okay? Now, the second thing, or I don't even know. Don't try and get me to put numbers to this. So the exercise routine and then storing the money, create the routine. Okay, so on the day that you leave, I'm going to tell you this. This is just facts. This is just real talk. You will be terrified, okay? Your heart will beat out of your chest. You're going to feel sick. You're going to feel like this is a mistake. You need to go back immediately. What are you doing? You've ruined your whole life. Everything's in the shitter. What I want you to do when all of that starts coming up, you have to say to yourself, I am saving me. Just repeat that over and over again. This is a good choice. I am going to have a good life. Okay? Repeat those things to yourself. Okay, because all of the programming, all of the hypnotism is going to be screaming at you. Okay, that will also help you keep you calm. Okay, on the day that you go, you're going to leave a little bit earlier than normal, which still won't raise alarm bells. Okay, people will be like, wow, Joe is really dedicated to fucking exercise. Good on them. Okay, and then start walking like you're walking to post. But don't go to the org. When you can see that there is no one around you, okay, when you can see you are totally free and clear, there's no other people walking into the org, there's no, anyone near you, you are going to immediately go to your nearest but furthest away from the org, okay, like Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, any one of those locations. Okay. Now this is where the cash money comes in hand because most of you will not have a smartphone. You cannot bring that smartphone with you that the org gave you. You have to dump that shit. Literally throw that shit on the ground. Okay. On your way. Write down any important numbers on a piece of paper and put that shit in your pocket. Okay. But throw that shit on your way to work, not when you turn or anything else, on your normal route to work, okay? Just throw it in some bushes, put it on the street, whatever. Leave it there because they're going to track that location, okay? If you don't know, because you've been in the Sea Org so long, you don't know about technology, every single cell phone has a location tracker in it. And they will see your exact location. Okay? The reason why I tell you to go to one of those stores, like a Walmart, a Target, Rite Aid, any one of those things, they all have one thing you can use immediately, and that is a prepaid cell phone. Okay? That will be a completely clean cell phone that you're going to buy for cash. Do not spend a lot of money on this. Get the cheapest chicken you can buy. Okay. If it happens to be a smartphone with internet connection, fantastic, but do not spend your money on that. Get the little flippy phone and walk out of there. Okay. And activate that phone. That is where you're going to call the relative, the friend, the person that you can reach out to. Okay. If you cannot reach out to somebody who you don't have any other friends, you don't think you have anybody, call either call the SPTV Foundation, call the Aftermath Foundation, reach out to both of those. I'll have the mods put those numbers, both numbers in the chat. Okay. Because they will be able to give you immediate assistance. The other thing you have to know is you have to keep moving. You must get yourself out of the city that you are in as fast as humanly possible. Now, super important note. The blow drill, okay, let's rewind. The blow drill involves security coming together and saying, uh-oh, hot dog, Joe has blown. They immediately pull in more people than just security, trusted people, people you work with, okay, people you are friends with that are authority figures to you that you will listen to. And they split these people up into teams. These teams are going to immediately, physically go to every bus stop within like a 10-mile radius, looking for you physically. They are going to go to every airport, okay, to try and find you. Now, back in the 90s, okay, they could literally walk all the way through the airport to the gate, which they have done back in the day, to stand at a gate to be like, you can't leave. Where are you going? Right? To try and talk you out of getting on a plane to go somewhere. They've even boarded flights with people. Okay. So in today's world, obviously they would have to get a ticket and go through TSA and all that other stuff, but they still employ, because it's a Scientologist run company, a travel company, you know, like one that in the old days, and they still exist now for some reason, where you can book, you know, a fucking cruise or a flight and stuff through them. They have a Scientologist run company that they will immediately call, that OSA will call and say, Joe Jones has just blown. I need you to see if they've booked a flight or a bus or anything out of here. Okay. And then that's how they find people like this quick. Because it's like, how could they fucking find people if you've just gone to a random Greyhound station and bought a ticket? Okay. Now, in today's world, you can't do anything without your ID, without a driver's license, except for buy that prepaid phone. Nobody gives a fuck if you have a driver's license or not. But if you don't have a valid form of, you know, ID with you, you will not be able to get on a plane and you will not be able to get on a bus in today's world. That's the other way where this prepaid phone comes in. If it is a smartphone enabled phone, okay, you can download the Lyft or Uber app. Now at that same Walgreens, Walmart, Target, Rite Aid, CVS, okay, you're also going to take a bunch of the cash and buy a prepaid debit card. Okay, that prepaid debit card will work to fund Lyft and Uber. Okay, because if you guys don't know, if you've been in the Sea Org this long, there are two apps now that function as taxis. Okay, that regular folks drive. They pull up. I even drive Lyft sometimes, guys, and they pull up and, you know, pick you up, right? You have to put your information in the app. It takes a minute. The person at the Target or whatever will help you, okay? If somehow you've decided to run and you don't have access to any of these things, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to go to your local public library, okay? Because the local public library has computers that you can use for free. Okay? And you will have access to the internet. You can then, you know, sometimes they will even let you use the phone there if you explain the situation like, hey, I'm running away from a cult and I need to contact my cousin Cindy, they will help you to make that phone call. Okay. The public library is an amazing resource. They will not talk down to you if you don't know how to use the internet, if you don't know how to use technology because you've been restricted from it or you don't have it. Okay. They will help you get in contact with someone that you can get in contact with. And both the Aftermath and SBTV Foundation both have online ways of getting in contact with people. Okay. So this is, hi, Serge. I love you so much. Oh, wait, I have to do the, how do I do it? I did it. Look it. Okay. So this is super important. Okay. Like I'm giving you multiple options here because I want you to have all options available to you. Okay. If you are in the Los Angeles area or the Clearwater area, going to the police will not benefit you. Okay. Not because I'm anti-police. If you are in another location that is not those locations, please go to the police to get assistance. You can do that too. But if you're in LA or Clearwater specifically, the police will be useless to you. More so in LA than anywhere else in the entire country. That's why I say you also have to get out of the city as soon as humanly possible. Okay. Because like, let's say, for example, you're in LA and you can make it down to, the beach to Santa Monica or something. The Santa Monica police will be more helpful than the Los Angeles police. Okay. If you can, somehow make it further up the coast to Malibu or something like that, you just got to get out of Los Angeles where it's not an LAPD officer that you're talking to. Okay, because they will just literally bring you back or somehow alert Scientology to where you're at. Because also they're calling all the police stations, okay, especially in LA. All right. So those are the options so far. But the most important thing, remain calm, feed yourself, keep moving. Okay. Now it's going to feel like, why am I keeping moving? Why do I have to keep going? Because they are going to be looking for you. They are going to try to track you down. And even when you get to your final destination, Cousin Cindy's, okay, let's say that actually happens. They will show up at Cousin Cindy's because they will have contacted every person in your life to find out any possible person you could have talked to. And your mom might remember that conversation where you were like, oh, yeah, she asked her about her cousin Cindy the other day. That's so weird. Yeah, I gave Joe the phone number for cousin Cindy. They're going to immediately want Cindy's contact info. They're going to show up at her house, right? So you have to, once you reach your destination, okay, you need to inform this person. There is going to be security personnel show up. They look like police. They have no rights. Do not answer the door. Call the actual police because they are going to try to kidnap me and human traffic me back to the compound that I just escaped from. Because I want you to really understand that. Because this is something I did not understand when I left. That those people who came to, they call it recovering. They're going to recover someone. They are there to kidnap you against your will and human traffic you back to a secure location where you will be under 24-hour watch until they decide you're safe again. And you will not leave that place, whether you're intending on routing out and leaving, until they decide. And mostly they've already decided you're never leaving. Do not get in their car. Do not answer their phone calls. Do not answer their emails. Do not talk to any single one of them. Okay? You will most likely, because of these actions, they're going to tell you you're going to be expelled. You're going to be declared. Say, good. Put it in writing and send it to me. You're going to declare me? Great. Put it in writing and send it to me. They won't do it. Because they've stopped sending out declares, okay? But you tell them that. It's going to take all your strength because, of course, nobody wants to get declared. Nobody wants to be the big bad SP. I never thought in my whole life that I would be a suppressive person. Are you joking? No fucking way. Right? I'm a super SP. Not only did I blow multiple times, right? Not only have I spoken out on the internet, but I'm gay. Like, you know, and now they're trying to recruit gays, okay? And say they love the gays. They love the gays, right? Like they got Catherine Bell, and apparently Emily Armstrong's also open lesbian. And so she's just going to be like, see, they don't even have a problem with me being gay. Emily Armstrong, they fucking hate you. And every person who has access to your PC folder, which is everybody, thinks you're a degraded being. More so than leaving the Sea Org after being born into it. Okay? Get the fuck out of there. They are not helping you. Sabrina Carpenter, who's like, oh, rumor debunked, babes. Like, I'm not a Scientologist. Bitch, you're not going to say anything negative about Scientology because you want to be in your fucking auntie's will that is probably $5 gajillion. And if you guys didn't know, Sabrina Carpenter, the newest little sensation on, you know, the fucking radio, right, is the niece of Nancy Cartwright. Now, to be honest, guys, if I was Nancy Cartwright's niece and I was also a popular singer, I wouldn't say nothing bad about Scientology either because I want that cash money. Do you know how much money Nancy Cartwright is worth? It's like her and Oprah, okay? Just think about that much money. Yeah, I want to be in that will. Fuck, Nancy, give me some money. I helped your kids, remember? Yeah, so I get it, Sabrina, but your auntie's not a good person. She has a lot of money, but she's not a good person. She is single-handedly funding kidnapping, human trafficking, child trafficking, right? It is not good. Okay? No. It's going to take a lot of strength to leave. I'm not going to lie to you. You cannot wait on this. If you feel like you need to get the fuck out of there, yes, there's setup time, but you can also just go. If you go with nothing, okay? If you're just like, fuck this shit, I'm not waiting here a month to try and save money and all this other shit. I gotta fucking go right now. The plan is the same, okay? Except for you're not gonna take anything with you, except for your ID if you have it and whatever cash you do have at hand. Okay? And then you're just going to keep moving. Forget calling your mom to ask about cousin Cindy. Okay? What you need to do is get yourself to a safe place that is far from the organization from which you work. So in that case, I would say the safest place to go to would be a hospital. Okay? And you can go in and tell the receptionist that you are having, a mental meltdown. You just escaped from a cult and you need psychiatric assistance immediately. Now, I know all of those words. You're like, Nora, go fuck yourself. What the fuck are you talking about? If you want to never go back there, check yourself in to the holiday therapy. Okay? They will help you out. And once you've received psychiatric treatment, they won't take you back. Now, what I can tell you is that nothing bad is going to happen to you in that psychiatric visit. Okay? The exact opposite of what we have been born and fed for decades. The psychiatric institution does not seek to lobotomize every single person that walks through their doors. They do not seek to pump you full of drugs just for shits and giggles. Okay? They will listen to what has happened to you, to what you've been through, to why you left. They will offer you actual solutions to those problems. Okay? But a hospital is one of the safest places you can be at Because if they come in there and try to start shenanigans, even if you don't go to the psychiatric department, even if you're just like, maybe you have some physical problems going on that you haven't had treated, because that's very common. That was one of the reasons I ran away one time, because I had a fucking kidney infection for months that was untreated, and I was in so much pain. I thought I was going to die. I thought I was dying, and no one would take me seriously. And so I fucking ran away, and then I ended up going to a doctor and got, actual treatment. Right? These are the safe places. Libraries, super safe. Okay? Libraries, the hospital emergency room, but it has to be far. So it might take you a bus ride or two to get to a far, far away one. Okay? But you have to know those resources, because getting the money can be a lifesaver. Because once you have a way to communicate to the outside world that they cannot track you, that they cannot listen in on, you can get free and you can stay free. Okay. So if you're thinking about this, you can absolutely just fucking take off. Okay. And contact either foundation for assistance from the public library. Okay. That might take longer. It's not 911. I want you guys to understand that as well. Okay. It is not a rescue 911 situation. Okay. From either foundation. All right. But there are local people. Thank you for putting that in the chat, especially in the Los Angeles area. Okay. Tori Magoo is out there protesting every night. Confident Chris is out there. There are many people out there. Okay. To give assistance. And thank you for this, Carrie. I'm going to pull this up now. I was going to wait for the comments here. But this is a valid point. ERs, emergency rooms, are equipped for people who are leaving abusive domestic situations. This falls under that category. Okay. This is a shocking thing to learn about yourself and realize you are being abused. You are being held against your will in this country known as America. That is called kidnapping. It is called human trafficking. It is against the law. You have the right to leave that building, that institution, anytime you want to. That is the law in America. They cannot keep you in those buildings, no matter what they say. No matter what they try to tell you, that is not legal. If they say, well, we're not going to give you your passport and ID, right? Like, let's say you just tried to get it back for a random reason. That is against the law. There is no law that allows even religious institutions to hold on to your personal ID. That is yours by law. There is no law, and in fact, it's against the law for them to be opening your mail and reading it before you get it. That's a federal crime. They commit it every day. You have been held prisoner not just by your mind, but physically, however long you have been there working for those people for no money, sacrificing your time, your health, and your well-being mentally. So you can go to these places, especially if you're in Los Angeles. There's a hospital just down the street. They don't like Scientology very much, and Scientology doesn't use them on purpose. I think it's still down the street. Let me check. Because if it's not, I don't want to give you bad directions. Let me look. Okay. So let's see here. We'll go first to Cece. Okay. So here we are. There we go. Can I get rid of that? Okay. So let me pull up. I'm not sharing. I'm sharing. Okay. So this is where Celebrity Center is. Okay. This is the Manor Hotel. This is Franklin. This is Yucca and Bronson. Now, when I blew in the past, Okay. I literally walked like I was walking to work all the way from the Wilcox, but they don't live there anymore. They live right here. Okay. And so you just walk across the street. So escaping from CC is even harder now than it used to be. Okay. Because we lived across town. So I could just walk like I was walking to work and then just keep walking and go like a whole other way, which is what I did. Right. So if you're supposed to be here at Celebrity Center, as an example, this is the organization you're at. What I would do is start a habit of going to Gelson's for a very specific thing, whatever the fuck it is, that the cafe and other things that you don't have access to over here. Some specific snack bar, some specific fucking whatever. Just something that you don't have access to here. Okay? Because then when you leave from your little birthing building here from where you live and you start not going across the street but over to Gelson's, they're like, oh, Joe's just getting that fucking Luna bar that he loves. Whatevs, right? And instead of going into Gelson's, you would cut through the parking lot, okay? Now, this is very important to look at how this goes here. You can't go up because then you're just going up into the Hollywood Hills and that's bullshit and you're going to get caught, okay? So you're going to go through the Gelson's parking lot, okay? And you're going to go just up to here, to this Foothill Drive, okay? And you're going to go all the way along and then you're going to come down, back down to Franklin, okay, on Winton. It's going to take you in a little circle. And then you're going to walk on Franklin, okay, till you get to Los Feliz. It's not Las Feliz, guys. It's Los Feliz. And you're going to keep walking, okay? Because this is going to get you over here to Griffith Park, okay? You can walk through on Los Feliz, okay? And now you are in Glendale. And what's this right here? This is Dignity Health Memorial Hospital. You can go here, okay? You just walk all the way on Los Feliz. You're going to get to this hospital, okay? But you have to establish that habit beforehand for at least a week, okay, guys? A couple days minimally, okay? And tell people about it. Oh, I found this thing. Did you guys want one? Like, make it a thing, okay? Because that also doesn't raise suspicion because you're sharing. Shares these, okay? Now, let's go over here. And we're going to go down over here to L. Ron Hubbard Way. See, they're very close together, okay? So this is Vermont, and here's L. Ron Hubbard Way. Okay, now most of the people, again, live here, right? Or they live in these other buildings over here, or in one of these little apartments here. So again, you have to form a habit. Now, the good news for you is with right here, you have three. This is Kaiser. This is Children's Hospital, LA. And then right down here is the Hollywood Presbyterian. Now, this is the one that they don't like. Okay. Guys, I tried to unalive myself by drinking bleach. Did they take me right here? I was here. I was literally here in this building. I was right here. Did they take me to this emergency room? Absolutely the fuck not. Okay. Yeah. And Kaiser, Mitch, that is a good suggestion. Or you could just walk the fuck across the street right here to Kaiser. They have an emergency room here. I got a lot of treatment here. It's a great hospital. They fucking hate Kaiser. Don't go to the fire station because LA Fire is actually okay. But as we've seen with the protesters, they're not necessarily in the pocket of Scientology, but they're kind of LAPD adjacent. You know what I mean? So the hospital is a better bet. You can go to one of these three hospitals if you do not feel comfortable, okay, going to one of these three hospitals that are very close here. My best advice for you, okay, and again, form the habit of running. You're just going to do a jog and then start jogging around this block here between LRH Way and this one, because then that gets you already going past the cameras here, okay? Because remember, cameras are here, they're here, they're here, okay? And so let's say you were going to jog Now there's cameras here and here, but these buildings are not Scientology's. These ones at the top of the block. Okay. So if you run around this block, this is your habit of running around this big ass block. Okay. Or walking or whatever. You can go around past all the cameras up here through the Kaiser facility and boom, right to the hospital. Okay. You have to map these things out. You have to come up with a plan. If you have nothing, that is my best bet for you, to just go to the hospital and tell them to reach out to your family or friends who are not Scientologists. Okay. You can try the fire station. Now, the nearest fire station, as an example, from here is all the way down Fountain. Okay. There used to be one right at the end here. Is it still here? What is this? No. Where did it go? Is it across the freeway? Let's see. Fire station. Oh, okay. There used to be one at the end of Fountain, but it's all the way down here. So you'd have to go all the way down Fountain. Okay. So the nearest one to Pack is here. Fire station 35. Okay. So let's look at how you would get there from there. Okay. So okay, that's actually very close. So the org is here. Okay. We got all the Scientology churches here. L. Ron Hubbard Way. Again, same routine. Do the jogging around this block. I'm jogging. And then you're just going to go up. There's no cameras here that can see you on Sunset way over here. Walk down Sunset to Virgil. Go up Virgil. And you're going to go to the fire station number 35 that's right here. For Celebrity Center, okay, as an example, let's go back over here to Celebrity Center. Okay. And we're going to zoom, boom, boom. Okay. So here is Celebrity Center. You're like, oh, hey, I'm going to go get some Tommy Burger. Just kidding. You're going to go to the fire station that's before the Tommy Burger. Now, that one is very close. Again, sometimes you feel like you're in a lot of danger if you're that close. There's another one down the street, down there on Hollywood Boulevard, okay? Or you could walk all the way to the one that's over by Pack, right? If you feel safer being further away from CC. Or if you go the other way, there's one. This is also kind of close to another Scientology thing. Sometimes it's better to just, get out of Dodge, right? So if you did that route where you were taking Franklin to Los Feliz, okay, and you get all the way out here, you could go to this one in Franklin Hills, because then you're further away from both Pack and CC, okay? So from Celebrity Center, you would take Franklin all the way down. Don't get on Los Feliz. Just go all the way down, okay? And then Franklin is going to turn into St. George. You're going to take St. George all the way up to Rowena, turn right on Rowena, and walk down, and you're going to find that. If you're coming from Pack, okay, if you're coming from L. Ron Hubbard Way, let's find it. We're going to zoom back in here so I know where I'm at. Oh, I'm way far down. Way far down. Oh, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. They'd help you out too, but don't get sidetracked at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Okay, so here we go. Seward, Highland. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way, guys. Guys, why don't you tell me I'm going the wrong way? I'm joking. It's okay. You guys don't know where we're at. I do. I'm supposed to know these things. Okay. Here we go. All right, so we're back here at Pack. There's Catalina, there's Elron, okay? And the next one after Elron, I always forget, is New Hampshire. Okay, so to get to that other fire station, okay, you would just go straight up New Hampshire to Franklin, okay? And then just go straight over. Or, because you don't want to go back down to Fountain, okay? You want to go straight up New Hampshire to Franklin, take Franklin, and then just like I just said, all the way to St. George and Rowena, okay? So you're getting yourself up to Franklin, you're turning right, and just keep going, okay, to that fire station. All right. So those are the main options. The other thing you have to do, okay, that is going to be critical for your well-being once you've left, okay? Once you get yourself to a safe place, okay, and you download what has happened, you need to eat and sleep. That's it. It's going to be excruciating. You're going to feel like you can't. You're also going to be in hyperdrive, okay? But you need to eat and sleep. You are not a criminal. You are not deserting all mankind. No one is being harmed because you leave staff or the Sea Org or even Scientology. Not one single human on earth will be harmed because you no longer wake up every day and enslave yourself to that organization. Okay? Thank you, Nancy, for putting this up here. Yes, please contact the SPTV Foundation. You can find them on the web. You can call this number. Okay. You can also, if you prefer, contact the Aftermath Foundation. I do not care which one you contact. Okay. This is, I'm an equal opportunity. I want you guys just to get the fuck out. Okay. And get help. Both of these places are equipped to help you on an immediate basis. Okay, to find shelter, to get funds, to find a job, all of those things. But the first thing you need is shelter and food and rest. Okay, those can be accomplished at the hospital. Those can be accomplished at a fire station. Those can be accomplished at the home of a friend or family member. Okay, but that's all you have to do. Once you reach that safe point, like I said, do not take their phone calls. Do not answer the emails. Do not engage with anyone in person. If people show up, they have no authority to take you anywhere. They are not law enforcement officials. There is no doctrine, there is no rule in Scientology that is recognized by any law in the country that you are in any country on earth. They are not in charge. You are in charge. Okay? And whoever you're with, whether you go to that fire station or you go to the hospital or you go to your friends or family members, you need to let those people know in no uncertain terms, no matter what is said or what paperwork is presented to them saying that, you give them full autonomy. You do not relinquish your rights. You do not want to go back there under any circumstances. Okay? Because they are going to bring your staff paperwork. Now, if you were unaware at the time when you were signing this ridiculous declaration, okay, because you were a minor when you signed it the first time, okay, or your English is your second language, or they just told you that it was all fine and you just signed it, or you really believed at the time that you were going to stay on staff for the rest of your life or the Sea Org for 1 billion years. It does not matter. It has no legal standing. Okay? It is not a legally binding document in any way, shape, or form. Do not let them convince the people that you are with that it is. You say, bring the lawyer. Okay? And literally do not allow yourself to be moved from the spot that you are at by anyone from Scientology. That is your right. Okay? They do not have rights to take you or hold you or command you to do anything. Okay? If the stream is freezing right now, for some people, I'm hearing that in the chat, check your internet connection, refresh it, whatever you got to do. I would imagine that if Osa's listening, hello, Osa. Hi, Kristen. Hi, James. Hi, everybody. I won't say hi to Julian anymore because he's never going to be watching my streams again. Sad panda. But Julian, if you are secretly watching the stream, honey, do what I said. You're one of the people that they never want to leave Scientology because you know so much fucking shit, Julian Schwartz. Holy shit. Okay? And there are so many people in the LA area that you could reach out to. People are shouting out Lara and Tori and Serge. Okay? If somehow Serge, and I'm speaking for Serge right now, I'm speaking out of school, but I promise you, if somehow you got a hold of Serge Del Mar, he's going to come rescue your ass, okay? And it's going to be a fabulous rescue if that happens, by the way, because he and Michael are the best. But there are so many people in Los Angeles, especially in the Los Angeles area, if you're listening to me right now, that are ready, waiting to help you. Real help with no quid pro quo attached to it. Okay? It is just literal help. You do not have to worry about being out exchange. Okay? About being, a deadbeat, being downstat, out ethics, all of these other things. Because none of that is real. No one outside of Scientology looks at their friends and family members and puts them in a condition based on imaginary statistics or them breaking a rule, because we are all human beings. Okay? We all fuck up. Okay? I fuck up all the time. Right? But we do handle it with the universal solvent, with real communication. Okay? That isn't fake, like, okay, I get you. I heard that. Weird acknowledgments that we were taught in Scientology, which actually break your ability to really listen to someone, especially yourself. Okay? Because we're taught to ignore our first dynamic, ourselves. Ourselves mean nothing. We don't listen to our heart, to our stomach, to our head. Okay? When you get a pit in your gut, that's a real thing. That is your biological body, okay, over millions of years of evolution telling you, you in danger, girl, run. Okay? Like, that is a real thing. Okay? So you need to make sure, if you can, to not hurt yourself in this process. The condition of doubt is not real. You do not have to choose between good people and becoming an enemy of the group. If you leave there, you are not an enemy of anybody. You are a friend of yourself, to quote Elron in the orientation film. Being in Scientology does not make you a friend of you. It makes you a slave to Scientology. Being a friend to you is walking the fuck out of there and getting to safety, because you are not safe right now. Your mental health, your physical health, your financial health are all in danger. Nothing that David Miscavige has ever said at an event was true. Scientology makes no difference to what happens to anyone on planet Earth except other Scientologists. Scientology is not helping anybody on planet Earth. Okay? It is not happening. Scientology is not bringing theta to planet Earth to forward planetary clearing and getting ethics in. Okay? The people of Earth, the humans of Earth who are working in technology, working in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, okay? Those are the people that are helping Earth. They are forwarding and creating things that we've never seen before, that is making Earth more livable, that is starting to give us technology to heal the Earth, to move our products and people around in totally different ways. You know, Apple just dropped one of their hugest updates, and their AirPods will now be FDA approved to be hearing aids. That's what people of Earth are doing. Scientology is taking your life, your money, and all of your time. It is the literal succubus of religions. Okay? And it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel like your whole world is gone. I know that feeling. I know the feeling of letting everybody down, that you're literally killing people because you're leaving the Sea Org. Because we were told that. People will die. Millions of people will die because you're responsible for millions of humans on planet Earth. As one Sea Org member, you're not. You're not. That's a lie. You're responsible for you and your actions and your thoughts, and that's it. No one, not one person on planet Earth will drop dead because you left Scientology. I can promise you that. It's never happened. Nobody died the 5 times I blew. 0 people. Nobody died when Aaron left Scientology. Nobody died when Liz left Scientology. Both Liz's. You know, nobody died when Lara FM left. Okay? It's a lie. You have to take care of yourself. Okay? So let's recap before we go to the questions and comments. Okay? Number 1, or number 0, establish some sort of habit that takes you away from the cameras and the base on a regular basis. This is super important if you have time to do that. Okay? The next step, hoard your money for a bit if you can. Okay? Number 3, okay, and this can happen immediately or after 1 and 2. Get to a safe place. Okay? If you are going to contact a friend or family member, like I said, ditch your fucking work phone, okay? And go to Target, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, one of those things, okay? And get a prepaid cell phone and contact that person. If you don't have the funds, go to the public library and contact that person, okay? Once you can do that. If you don't have a person, go to a fire station. I showed you where the safest one would be from PAC or CC. Okay. Figure out, go to the public library and ask them where a fire station is. They'll help you. Okay. Or go to a gas station and ask them where it is. They'll give you directions. They'll look it up on their phone. They'll figure it out. Okay. But ditch that phone. You got to ditch the phone. Okay. And you got to use cash. If you can get a smartphone, get the lift, get to somewhere safe, or you're going to have to hoof it. You're going to have to walk. Okay? Keep moving until you get to that safe destination. Whatever that is. If it's a friend or family members, if it's the fire station, if it's a hospital, keep moving until you get there. Once there, you need to find, if it's your friend or family member, you're just going to tell them. But you need to make sure that you talk to the person at the fire station or at the hospital, and you need to say, I have just escaped a human trafficking cult. I need help. I have been held against my will. Okay? You need to say those things. You will get immediate help. They will call other authorities. If you're in Los Angeles, you can refuse to talk to the LAPD and ask for the FBI. Say, I don't trust these guys because Scientology pays them a lot of money, and that is a fact. That is a fact. And you just tell the fire station, like, I don't want to talk to the LAPD. They're fucking in cahoots with these guys. I want to talk to the FBI. Okay? And if you're not in LA, you're somewhere else, talk to your local authorities. Tell them those things. It is going to be extremely, important to get your statement down about what you've been through for however long you've been on staff or in the Sea organization or in Scientology. But specifically for Sea Org members who need to run away at this point because you are being held captive by them. Those 3 musters a day, that is to make sure you are still in captivity. It is a literal captivity head count to make sure you are still there. Okay? Just start being absent from muster and come in late constantly. You're going to get in a lot of shit, but people will stop counting on you being there at muster. They'll just account for you. Okay. Let's get to the burning questions and comments. Let's go to comments first. Cute Steffi, gonna be juicy. I hope I fulfilled that promise for you. I have them, but mine are suitcases. The bags under your eyes. Yeah, Marilee, I feel you on that. Definitely here for the titties. Okay, Trisha, whatever brings, listen, there you go. More titties. Whatever brings you guys to the yard, I will do it. If I need to wear a tank top every time, I have a lot of tank tops. I will wear tank tops, guys. I'm not above that. I don't have an OnlyFans, but I would wear this for an OnlyFans. I don't know what kind of OnlyFans I would get, but you know. Thank you for your Apple stream. I bought my new watch, phone, and AirPods today. Woo woo! Yes, I also pre-ordered some goodies for me and the wife. Yeah, so I'm excited, and we'll do an unboxing once they come in. It'll be so fun. I'll show you guys how to switch everything over. So if this is like the first time you've upgraded in a long time, or if it's your first iPhone, I'm going to do an unboxing video when I get my stuff in, and you'll see the magique of how all this goes down. It's going to be great. Completely off topic, Nora, but after you did the live with Mitch, I bought his book, and it's really good. Hey, Mitch is in the chat. I hope you saw that, Mitch. I hope you saw that. That's great. Listen, everybody's, Trisha, I'm going to bring you back up here in a second. Everybody who's left Scientology has a completely unique perspective because we were all in the same fucking shitter, okay? We all climbed out from different parts of the shitter with a different amount of shit on us that we've spent, you know, however long washing off, trying to get that stink out, okay? And some of us were in more shit than others, and we had like special shit and deep shit and all kinds of stuff. But really, we were all in the same toilet bowl, just swimming in that poop, that fucking, you know, Taco Bell diarrhea poop that, you know, is bad. It's bad, smells bad, right? And learning those different perspectives is super valuable. But I also ask the question, dear FBI and society, how many fucking people have to write books about this disgusting human child trafficking fucking kidnapping cult before you guys do something about it? Please let us know out here. What has to happen to get them shut down? Because let us know. What is the, you know, what level do we have to get to? What DEF CON do we have to get to before this is taken seriously? Jesus, this is so helpful to the people who really need it, Nora, on their behalf. Thank you. Yeah, I really hope that there are some under the radar Sea Org members, OSA members, whomever watching this stream, that you guys really heard what I said, because it's all true. Okay? Please do yourself a favor and get the fuck out of there. You have skills to work outside of Scientology. People will hire you. You will have a fantastic life. Okay? Where you might even be able to do something that actually helps people. Okay? Lady Jane out, thanks for being here. Aftermath only helps the Sea Org members leave. If you're not Sea Org, call the SBTV Foundation. Well, listen, Aftermath, I'm going to speak for them right now. I'm not on their board, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt. If you called, they help people who are currently leaving that have not already left, right? Whether it's the Sea Org or Scientology in general or whatever. right? And the SPTV Foundation is more of a blanket. Like if you've been in Scientology, you're an ex-Scientologist in some way, shape, or form, we're here to help you. Okay? Both organizations are here to help people getting out of the Sea Org and getting out of Scientology. So please contact either one of them. If you need help, I will go full lawyer mode on your behalf. There you go. If you're watching this stream, look at Carrie J's page. If she's got contact info on there, reach out. Please type comment or question. Then I can see it. Detroit Stacy Never In. Love you, Nora. It's my night off, and I get to catch her live. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. May the force be with you. If they show up and it's not LA or Clearwater, 911 and say not going back to the cult. Yes. Yes. You could absolutely. But please, though, prior to calling 911, okay, ditch the fucking work phone. Get far enough away from there, okay? Do not call 911 on the base. Ever. Ever. They have an entire security drill just for that. And they will fucking turn everybody away. Okay? Even in a non-Sea Org organization that's not in LA or Clearwater. Do not call 911 from a Scientology installation. You need to get yourself off of that property. Like if someone at Gold called 911, they're not going to show up. They're not going to let them in the gates. Absolutely not. Okay? So you got to get yourself off those bases. If you're in Gold, in Hemet, that's even more fucked up because, as we all know, the razor wire is pointed in. Now, if you're at the Gold base and you're listening to me and watching me, let's just say if you did get your hands on a prepaid cell phone because somehow you got off base in the recent times and more than one of you wants to leave, I would love to see multiple calls into 911 to that base because they wouldn't be able to ignore that. If you did call 911 to come to the Gold base, what you must do is you must go to the gates where there are entrances and exits, and you must zip tie yourself, somehow attach yourself to the gate. Wedge yourself in there, anything. So that when 911 arrives, when the fire department arrives, because they will be the first on the scene, you can start screaming for help. Do not let them move you from that spot. Because the only way you're going to get that 911 call out there is if you have some sort of cell phone that isn't attached to the base, is not a work phone. Okay? That would be phenomenal. Because then they'd have to come in. The firefighters would fucking ram the fucking thing down if there's multiple people calling for help from inside those gates. Yeah. Yeah, they're coming in. They don't give two fucks. I mean, I would imagine, though, right now that the Gold base is probably ready for evacuation anyway, because there's a huge fire next to it right now. So, guys, at the Gold base, if you're watching, if you're up there stuck in Hemet, start telling security and everybody, we need to get the fuck out of here. This fire's insane. I'm not going to fight this fire anymore. We need to go. Just start having a full fucking psychotic meltdown, whatever they want to call it. It's a panic attack. It's a legit thing. Okay? And, get yourself and other people off the base and then don't fucking come back. Don't come back. Then you guys go for a pit stop on the way between there and Pack. Get the fuck out of the car and don't get back in. Call 911. Okay? Tommy Tone Toontown. Don't just ditch the registered cell phone. You also need to get rid of smartwatches, fitness trackers, etc. Anything connected to the internet can be tracked. Correct. Most Sea Org members don't have any of those things unless they come from a super rich family. But yes, absolutely correct. Those can be replaced. You cannot. The gay man's happy, so technically Nora is live from the Happy Raj. 100% born identity. Yes. Yes, it is. It is very much born identity situation happening here. Also, for the under the radar folks, if you have protesters outside your org, chances are they are with us. Please go up to one of them and ask for help. They will help you. LA Audit, Streets, Jessica, any one of these people that is out there protesting night after night, day after day, they will absolutely get you to safety. I guarantee it. If you see Tori Magoo out there, she is going to take care of you. She will help you out. And she will kick some motherfucker's ass if they try and hurt you as well. Okay? I read this before, but I want to read it again. Emergency rooms are equipped for people who are leaving abusive domestic situations. Okay? You are in a abusive situation. Get out. Yes, cute Steffi is correct. Your life history, the reason why they take your life history isn't just so they can judge you on all of the minor sex deeds you did in your teen years, like all that kissing and heavy petting, bad, 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 right? And make you feel eternal guilt for having sexual impulses as a, hormonal teen. Oh my God, call everyone. Okay. It is so they know who to go to and how to contact those people in case you ever decide to leave. It is your own personal yellow pages that you have given these motherfuckers. Okay. Oh yes, Southern Mimi. Make sure they know to put you under a different name, right? Like if you go to the hospital, you need to ask them to put you in as a Jane Doe or some totally other made up name. Please do not pick a name of a character of a television or movie show that is popular in the Sea Org or that people know you like. Okay. That will be a dead giveaway. Colleges and universities are safe places as well. Correct. Let's say you're going to the next event in Los Angeles at the Shrine. You are right next door to USC, which also has a medical center. You could go there and go to, the hospital right there at USC. It's literally blocks away from the Shrine. Okay. You can wait till the event night. Do it then. It's kind of chaotic. Lady Jane, it breaks my heart when I think about Nora drinking bleach. I'm so glad it didn't work. Love Nora so much. Do not drink bleach. Yeah, I should have said that. I'm sorry. Disclaimer. Don't do that. Do not ever. It is. It's for clothes. Okay. It's for clothes. And then there's a specific type of bleach for your hair. Those are the things it goes on. The bleach goes in the washing machine. And a hairstylist handles that when you're going to color your hair. Please don't put it in your body. Yes. Okay. If you're in Los Angeles, make sure you don't go to Fire Station 27. It's right next door to the LAPD Hollywood Division. Okay. Yeah. Fuck that place. Thank you, Tommy. Nora, thank you so much for this information. This is great for people leaving a cult or domestic violence situation for never ends. Yes, these steps are exactly what you can do if you are in a domestic violence situation. Everything that I told here for a Scientologist Sea Org member, same. Okay. Absolutely under no circumstances do you want to go back because it will be 20 times worse. They could put you on the RPF and make you go to yeah, it will be. It's more than 20 times. I promise you that. Whatever you think is too much now, the ethics and the 24-hour watch, being held literal prisoner under 24-hour surveillance, which happened to me. I ran away 5 times and then I was on the RPF twice. Yeah, so I don't know, 8 times, 7 times. I don't know how many times I was basically held prisoner. It's sad. It's sad to think I have no idea. And it took me a long time to acknowledge that that's what happened to me. Because I thought all of that was normal. I thought it was correct. I thought, oh, I'm out of ethics, piece of shit. I'm a scumbag. I deserve this. No one is allowed to hold you against your will. I'm so passionate about this tonight, guys, because of what I went through, of being held prisoner, being human trafficked, kidnapped by that organization multiple times. Surviving that has been a lot. It has not been easy. You know, and I feel that getting this helpful information out in the world, maybe just one Sea Org member is watching this right now somewhere in the world. I want you to know that you are worth it. You leaving will help so many people. It may wake up your whole family. It may wake up your friends. You could be that opinion leader that they're just like, fuck, that person left? Shit. What am I doing? You are not hurting anybody by helping yourself. That I promise you. Carrie J says, tell the support person to say, show me a court order. Yes. That will prevent Scientology from pulling any tricks like, oh, we have power of attorney or conservancy. Yes. Please make them produce a court document. Because sometimes reception, you know, like, guys, customer service people do not like conflict. Okay. I've been in customer service for 20 plus years. Okay. And if there's an easy resolution, they're going to gravitate towards that. Okay. So yes, thank you, Carrie. This is very important. Make sure they produce a court order. Okay. At which time you can get a lawyer. Okay. Pro bono. And say, I'll see you in court. Thanks for dropping that off. Pick a court date. Because they won't ever do it. They're not gonna produce a court order to get a Sea Org member back. It wouldn't happen. Not unless like fucking Heber Gents, you know, wandered down the road. Because he's super old now, guys. I heard he has Alzheimer's. I'm really sad about that. Cute Steffi, OSA Freakout. Yeah. Yes, Operation Freakout is a real thing. We'll have to do a deep dive on that another time. Nora's tech support moments are my fave. Oh, you guys are sweet. Thank you guys for waiting too. I appreciate you. I'm in Toronto. I'll help anyone here to escape. Aaron, Nora, and Poe on the go all have my contact info. Yes. Guys, if you're in Toronto, Canada, Tommy Tone Toontown is your man. Okay. Unstoppable SP, thank you all very much for your comments and moral support. I don't know what's happening, Unstoppable SP, but I hope it gets better, whatever it is. Have 2 routes of escape. If you feel scared that you're being watched, deviate your route. Yes, 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 yes. It's like knowing all the escape routes in the house in case of a fire, right? There's always multiple ways to get out, hopefully, right? Know all the ways, okay? Tell them not to call the cops. Yeah. Law enforcement in with Sciento in the district is not trustworthy. Yeah, it depends on where you're at, though, Southern Mimi. It really does. Sorry, guys. I got a little choked up there a minute ago, and that made me snotty. Tommy Tone Toontown. If you need to talk to a federal agency in the U.S., the Homeland Security Investigations are the agency involved with investigating human trafficking. There you go. Homeland Security doesn't like to fucking get fucked around with, guys. I can tell you that. Scientology would not do well against Homeland Security. Prisoners are taken better care of than people in Scientology. Correct. Prisoners have better care than Sea Org members. That is a fact. Tommy Tone Toontown says, in Canada, the policing agency responsible for investigating human trafficking is the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Okay? So you can contact them as well in Canada. Tori has even said on her live that she's there to help out anytime. Correct, Denise LaFond. Correct. Okay. Stacey Toms, I'd be curious if the stream helps someone escape in the future and which piece of advice helped the most. Listen, if anyone is taking my advice from this stream and escapes and you want to reach out to me anonymously on my email and tell me what worked, what didn't work, what can be improved upon, I will put that message out. You do not have to come on the internets. Okay? Totally confidential. Golden Rule Girl. This is such a good idea, Nora. Thank you. Thank you. It's an important one for me. Tommy, if you're intercepted by Scientology operatives while you are escaping, sit down and scream for help at the top of your lungs. Cause as much of a scene as possible. This is facts. Do not allow them to put you in a vehicle. Preferably, if you're intercepted, get to a public place. Keep running until you get to a public place, a gas station, a grocery store, any type of establishment, any type of business will do. Run into that business. I am being kidnapped. Please help me. They will turn and walk out of there. If you run into like a fucking Men's Warehouse and say that shit to the person behind the counter, they're going to fucking walk right out. They are out of there. Okay. Ex-witness Vernon. Hey, Vernon. Nora, great job. I wish JWs had this information. Yes, this applies to all cults. Okay. It's not just, this is not just for Scientologists. You can do all of these things if you are stuck in the JWs, if you're stuck in, extreme Mormonism, if you're stuck in any other cult, all of this applies to you. Okay? Let's go to the questions here. All right. Is it a normal thing for Scientology to allow their members to just go out and take walks? It depends. Okay? It depends. That's why I say you have to do it early. You have to establish this habit of doing it before post, or if you're a night person, establish it after post. Okay? Because if you do that, it will not seem abnormal, okay, for that to be going on. Now, CERG members, if you're watching this, and I've just given all this info, and your org starts saying no one can show up early and no one can exercise late, take that as a clue you are being human trafficked and walk out. If you're listening to this, OSA and other people, and you're going to start enforcing rules, not allowing people to come and go even less freely than they do now, good luck, Chuck. Under the radar SO members, if you're watching this, know if those rules come to pass, they are listening and you are not safe. Get out. And even if they don't impose the rules, get out. Okay? Would people also need to turn off location sharing on their phones? Yeah, just fucking chuck that shit, Chloe. Do not fuck that phone. Whoop. You get another one. Where's the nearest school? Okay, well, let's see. Let's go back. Let's see. Okay, so we're over here. Oh, am I on the wrong screen? I'm on the wrong screen. Okay, we're over here. This is L. Ron Hubbard Way. Okay, so I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. And let's look for schools. Now, the nearest school to both these places, there's Los Feliz Elementary, Lexington. These are all elementary schools. I don't know that showing up at an elementary school is going to be good. This is the international school. The closest one to CC is going to be on Franklin. Where'd it go? There's a Catholic school that's way over here too. This one here, Immaculate Heart High School. That's a Catholic school. They have done tours at Celebrity Center. That doesn't mean they're aligned with them. They're a Catholic school, ultimately. I mean, that might be a safe place to go just because it's filled with nuns and things. You could maybe go there, but it's very close to CC. There's so many elementary schools here. There is, oh, this is another hospital here. That's Cedars-Sinai. That's where I was born, guys. I was born right there. You can walk over to the Beverly Center if you want and deal with fabulous police in Beverly Hills. Yeah, these are all, there's a middle school. Yeah, these are all elementary schools. I mean, the elementary school is going to call the cops. So I wouldn't do that, right? Which is why I say, like, for example, if you're at the Shrine Auditorium, okay, which is way down here. This is where they have all the events, okay? What you are near, see, here's USC Village. You're literally, like I said, blocks away from USC. This is right across the street is USC, okay? Go in here. There's the hospital is somewhere around here also. But this is a safe place. Okay, college students would probably let you sleep in their dorm for a night till you figured it out. Like, you know. Okay. But you could walk down to USC. That would be a place to go. Those kids have all the internets and everything. They fucking help you out. All right, let's get to the next question here. If OSA or other Scientologists watch the ex-Scientology videos, aren't you giving out information that they could use to find the escaped? For example, looking at libraries, fire departments. Yes, but also those places are going to have no quarter. They will not allow their shit to be disturbed, especially a library. Have you tried to fuck with a librarian lately, Emily? Those guys will fuck your shit up. They might be nerdy, but they're not fucking stupid. DOA loves rainbows. Why did so many SPTV folks leave around 15 years ago? What caused it, and how did they all do it back then? I don't know what happened 15 years ago. I mean, I left before that. I don't know what caused the mass exodus at that time. I think we all left in different ways, you know? Some people got booted out of the Sea Org. Some people finally routed out. I routed out via the RPF. Aaron and his wife, they were having a baby. There's all different things and reasons that happen, right? So I don't know. That's a good question, though. That's a good question. Quite off topic. Does the white tattoo on your arm stay for a long time? Yeah. I mean, this original white, this is not white work. That's just my skin. But on this side, this white cloud has been here for a decade. So yeah. This part, I need to finish getting this colored in. It just got the shading redone, and that's just my skin. DOA loves rainbows. Your other question is inappropriate, so I'm not going to bring it up on the screen. Marty Rathbun effectively returned to Scientology when his wife's lawsuit was called off. He's not a SEERG member again. He's just in the fold. Aaron Smith-Levin is not part of Scientology. Please, let's not start stupid rumors or say stupid things. He's not a Scientologist. He's not secretly working for Scientology. Like, that's just, yeah. That's a ridiculous accusation to Levy and Aaron. So let's just Can we not? That's just dumb. How about faking some illness so you can get to the hospital? See, now in real world, this would work, right? But in Scientology, where they ain't sending you to no fucking hospital, if you're sick, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to ISO, okay, which is short for isolation, which means you're going to go to a dingy ass piece of shit room that has a mattress on the floor with no sheets, and you're going to be stuck there. And maybe people will bring you food once a day. Don't do that. That just puts you further in the building and further away from help. What is the tattoo word on your chest? I'm 67 years old and watching it on a 60-inch screen. And you still can't make it out. Okay, it's Greek. It's Greek. Let me move all my cords here. It says asteroskoni in Greek. It's a tattoo I got for my deceased father, who was Greek, and also my deceased grandfather, my mom's dad, who was an astrophysicist. And it means stardust, because that is what they are now. Yeah. And thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Question from ex-witness Vernon. You're 48. I'll be 49 in October. Left the JWs at 31. Wrote a 3-page letter and gave it to the men in charge of my congregation. They wanted to have a judicial meeting with me. No. Good job. See, it's never too late, guys. It's never too late. I left, I'm going to say, well, I was 26 when I left the Sea Org, but like physically, mentally leaving Scientology didn't happen for like another 2 years. The mental leaving, and then speaking out and stuff came later. So yeah, that's, I was 28, I guess, then when I mentally left, right before my 29th birthday, when I had my first son, When did Anonymous protest? That was 2007, 2008. Did that get people to leave? People may have left because of Anonymous. I don't know. It certainly brought a lot of attention. I wish they would come back and do more protesting. That would be amazing. I meant the white clouds on your right arm, but thank you. I need to do a background. Yeah, the white actually stays a lot. It's really good. There's also a little bit of blue in there too, for like the shading. There's like a gray blue. Plus my artist is fantastic. Shout out to Alicia Quimby. She's up in the Seattle area. And she's fantastic. Oh my goodness, Cuddly Floof. Thank you so much for this. Bless you, Nora. It's just such an honor to be a member of your channel. Quite simply saying, saving lives. Is it possible to have that 9/11 article as a PDF only on our community page? Yes, I will put that wake-up call on the community page. I will absolutely do that because it is super important. I got that, honestly, guys, from WikiLeaks. So it's on WikiLeaks. If you Google Scientology, I'll show you right now. But I'll also post it to the community page, but just to show you guys. Let's go to share. Emily, I answered your question. No, I'm just kidding. That was me. I didn't take it off the other screen. So if you Google wake up call Scientology, okay, WikiLeaks right here. First result, okay? And then you're going to go to the file and click on that, and Bob's your uncle. There's your wake-up call, okay? It's literally that easy. I'll even post this in the comments here. And there you go. You guys can access that. All right? There was a mass exodus when everyone had to buy the basics again. Yes. For those of you guys, I just hit the wrong button and I started playing my intro. I apologize. It would have eventually come back to me at the end of it, but you don't need to see the whole intro again. So, yes, Leanie, that is correct. There was a mass exodus. For those of you guys who are never-ins, who aren't familiar with the Scientology lingo and all this other stuff, L. Ron from 1950 through the 70s wrote a series of books that in Scientology are referred to as the basics books. These are the foundation of everything that came after in Scientology, the OT levels, the different ways to go clear, all the e-meters, the sec checking, everything. They used to be like these. They used to be like this big, guys. They were all very thin. The only big ones were Dianetics and Science of Survival. All the other ones were like this big. They used to be in books that were like this tall. Okay, it was like a weird size, like paperback size, but it was a hardback. Okay. Then in the 80s, they reissued them. New covers, new art, so fun. Then in the late 90s, we had a resurgence of that again. Because, we have to, it's all over again. Then in the 2000s, David Miscavige does an event where he stands with a completely straight face. Now, L. Ron Hubbard wrote this material. He edited the material. He then ordered it to be printed. Okay? David Miscavige stood with a straight face and told Scientologists worldwide that those books had been compiled by suppressive persons and that they had altered the tech. That during that whole time period when L. Ron was alive and he was reading from the books to do lectures at St. Hill and all this other stuff, he didn't notice. He didn't see this this wackadoo tech. He didn't go, hey, who changed paragraph 5? No, because there was no such thing. Right? And there's a very strict policy in Scientology about dictionaries and about clearing your words. I do that a lot here on this channel. I want to make sure people understand things, but there's a process to clearing your words. And one of the no-nos in that process is to only get the definition from a glossary. But what happened with the basic books? You are now only supposed to clear the Scientology terms and other words that they've put in the glossary from the glossary. Mostly because I'm trying to remember the name of the dictionary. It was a new dictionary that came out at the end of the 90s. God damn it. We were not allowed to have it. Let me see. Because they put a definition of Scientology in there that said it was a cult. No, not Webster's. No. No. Damn it. I cannot. If I find it, guys, I'll let you know. But it was shocking when we found that in there. And so we had to throw them away. We had to throw these dictionaries away. Right? Yeah. So this caused a mass exodus. The original golden age of tech caused a mass exodus in 1996, when people were told that their certificates and the fact that they had learned to audit from L. Ron Hubbard on the Apollo at St. Hill. You don't know how to audit. You never did. You've been committing crimes. Like, what in the fuck? What? Right? Yeah, people just fucking left. That really gave a boom to the independent Scientology movement. So a lot of those people's left, and they are still in, yeah. What is the name of this dictionary? Let's see. I think it was 1998. No. It's going to drive me nuts if I can't figure this out about this stupid dictionary. Oh my God, how many messages have I missed? I'm going to find it, guys. You know what? I'm going to find it after this stream. But let me see. They want to keep telling me about the Oxford English dictionaries. That dictionary is fine. It's not that. Is it that one? No. I don't remember. It was some new dictionary company, and now it's going to drive me nuts. All right. Oh, my goodness, you guys. There's some more questions and everything here. Let me pull those up. What is this here, Elizabeth? In Australia, RE name in hospital. Choose a name of a staff member or staff will help with a made-up name. If taken to a ward, you'll be given VIP status, no contact unless prearranged. Okay, guys, in Australia, regarding a name, you can do that. Use a different name. There you go. There you go. Would it be better to literally just leave the phone in packed toilet or something? Do not even bother bringing it. Well, listen, if you're on the base, absolutely leave that fucking phone there. Do not take it off the base. If you are walking from somewhere else, like because you don't somehow live on the base, because there are some people who don't live on the PAC base or at Celebrity Center because they live in the Anthony building, or they, their spouse is at PAC, so they're there, or their spouse is at CC, so they live over there. Either way, you'll be walking to your destination, right? Which is also why they started doing the buses, guys. That's why they started the buses. So people wouldn't have the opportunity to walk away. Don't get on the bus. Get some fresh air. Okay? Yeah. If you're at the base, absolutely leave your phone. Leave it on. Leave it on. Leave it in your area where you're supposed to be if you're just getting up and walking out. Okay? And don't look back. Don't think about that phone again. That is a great question, Stephanie. All right, let me just check to make sure I got all the comments here, and people are throwing super chats at me. I love you. Thank you for that. Tommy says, turning off location services will not work. The account owner can have it turned back on remotely through the phone service provider. Correct. Correct. I can say this is 100% correct as a former T-Mobile technician. If you have a phone on someone else's account, okay, and you are not the account owner, then they can do whatever they want with your phone. That's just a hot tip about, escaping domestic violence, okay? If your spouse is the account owner of the phone, they can turn off your phone, they can report it stolen, they can do all that stuff. Leave that phone unless you are the account owner. If you are the account owner, like it's under your name, there is no carrier that does co-ownership, okay? Whoever social security number was used, however it works in Canada, I don't know, but whoever social security number was used to open that account is the account owner. Everyone else is an authorized user. You have permissions to get a new phone, start a new line, all that kind of stuff, but you do not have permissions to delete or block any line or turn on or off location services unless you are the account owner. That is very important. So if you are in a domestic violence situation right now and you think, oh, I'm the account owner, call your service carrier, call 611, okay, and find out. Or go on your app. Okay? But the service provider will tell you, hey, I'm the account owner, right? Like I'm not an authorized user because you probably have the password and stuff. If they tell you, oh, no, your spouse, your significant other, whomever, is the account owner, you're just an authorized user, fuck that phone. I don't care what kind of phone it is. I don't care if you just unbox an iPhone 16, fuck that thing. Okay? That is a death trap. They will find you. Get rid of it. You will get another one. Things are not important. You are important. Remember that. Denise Lafond. The problem is that a lot of schools lock the doors. That's also the other problem. I agree. Just in today's world, back in the 90s, you could have gone to a school for help, before school shootings. And unfortunately, that's a fact of life, and it's going to cause a whole other situation to occur. So I wouldn't, don't get yourself on the nightly news. Don't cause a lockdown at a school. Okay. That is not worth it for the safety and mental health of those kids. They already have to go through school shooting drills, which no child should be put through. But unfortunately, it's a part of life here in America. So yeah, maybe don't go to a school. Except for you could go to a college campus. Those people are adults. They're still children, but they are adults, and they can help you. Tommy Tone Toontown, as far as ditching the phone, best to just leave it behind in your dorm room. Phones are expensive, and the Scientology would definitely report it stolen to the police once they realize you're gone. Yeah. Hundy P. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Make sure I got all the questions here. Yeah, DOA loves rainbows. He left staff in Philadelphia org, okay, where he was a minor being on staff, came to LA, right? Tried the acting thing. Didn't work out. Went and got another job. And then got recruited for the Sea Organization, which he joined in Los Angeles at the Advanced Organization St. Hill. He never left Scientology in that time period. He went from being a minor, employed to a Class 5 organization, stopped doing that, went to work in the real world, and then pledged himself for 1 billion years. Never during that time did he leave Scientology. Okay. So, yeah. I'm not here to be an Aaron apologist, but I want, facts matter to me. Okay. Facts are the only things that we have in this world. The truth and our own time. Okay. That is the real commodity that we spend, is our time. Okay. Vernon wants to know, is Liz Ferris's dad being psychologically abused or physically abused? He's most certainly been psychologically abused. He had to forward the lie that he was dead for 20 years. That'll fuck you up. Not only could he not talk to Liz, he couldn't talk to anyone else in his family because they all thought he was dead. If that isn't psychological abuse, I don't know what is. As far as physical abuse goes, I can't speak to that. I don't know. Other than the stories we've already heard, from people who have escaped the place that he's at or was at last. MD Media, hi, how you doing? Do you ever have nightmares that you are still in Scientology? I'm hearing my wife cackle from upstairs. No. Yes. I am a sufferer of night terrors through therapy, through the SGB shots. I don't have those right now. Yeah. But I suffered them for 22 years until I just got those shots a couple months ago. I can tell you that. Now, I do have weird dreams sometimes. They're very different now that my nervous system has been reset. But when I do have a nightmare, it is, and I'll be honest with you guys, it's usually after a stream like this. These are very taxing for me to do, physically and mentally. This is not easy to sit here and entertain you and regale you with this information. It is extremely triggering to me to talk about this, but I feel a passion and a sense of duty to get this information out there, because my temporary discomfort, which I have a lot of ways to handle now, guys, okay? Yes, thank you to the pharmaceutical companies for coming up with anxiety medicine, because sometimes I fucking need it. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't, partake in the 420. Okay. And up until a few years ago, I was terrified of any form of psychiatric medicine because that shit was still in my brain, y'all. And I'm here to tell you, living proof, I'm not lobotomized by any form of medicine I've ever taken. Okay. But I have a lot of other things I can do besides just a medicinal, like I'm going to pop a pill and then I'm going to chill out, right? Because that's not a solution either, right? You have to do all the things. Like recovering is hard work. It is a continuous journey of therapy. Like I told you guys, remember? I am redoing, because at the beginning of this year, I had a mental break from feeling very much like the situation that I am talking about right now, that we are talking about in this evening's broadcast, right? Because of my own personal troll and many trolls on the internet and my inability to control my impulses to read, digest this negative information, it seemed a lot like Scientology. It seemed a lot like when I was in the Sea Org, that all these people, this seemingly endless, vast amount of people, were all talking about me and thinking horrifically awful things about me. And then it triggered in my mind all of the negativity that was just sitting there waiting to just pop its little head out from my Scientology days. And it became unbearable to me. Now, the difference between the beginning of this year and when I drank that bleach in 2002, okay, time, but I am also married to an incredible human being who has supported me unconditionally for the last 7.5 years through a lot of things, through fucking night terrors for most of those 7 years. Okay. Through jobs, through, ups and downs. And when I got to that low point and I told my wife, I am not okay, I need help, she helped me make the phone call that I needed to make to the mental health hotline at Kaiser. And she sat next to me holding my hand as I told this woman, this wonderful, brilliant woman who was on the phone with me, everything that was really going on in my mind at that time. She didn't shy away from it. She didn't love me any less. She didn't make me feel like I was a bad person. I would not be here right now if it were not for that woman loving me through that. If you don't have that person, if you don't have the person that's going to hold your hand, or if the person you're with isn't that person, do yourself a favor. You be that person for you and get that help. So when I did all the mental health that I did at the beginning of the year, it was intensive. It's called intensive outpatient procedure. I didn't go to a clinic to get checked in. That was an option. They offered that to me. My insurance would have covered it for me to go to a facility for 2 weeks, right? But my wife, in her infinite wisdom, because I thought, okay, maybe I just really need to go. I need to go do this. She said, you know what? I don't think that's going to be good for you. And I was like, why? Because of what you went through on the RPF. Because of being held captive, I think just being there is going to be so triggering that any benefit you could get will be outweighed by how triggered you will be being there. And I thought, Jesus, I didn't, okay. Like, that makes sense, you know? But I didn't want to be a burden for her at home. And she was like, you're not a burden. I love you. And she loved me through a lot, guys. I did therapy 4 days a week. Well, actually, I was in therapy 5 days a week because I was going to the intensive outpatient procedure 3 days a week. That was like 5 hours a day. Okay. And then on Tuesdays, I had a group. And then on Fridays, I met with my personal therapist. Right. And then every 2 weeks, I met once a week with a psychiatrist to like see how you're going in the program. The group that I did at that time was Healing from Trauma. This fucking group kicked my ass. Every Tuesday, I would start the day like, okay, it's going to be ACEs. And I would end it in a ball. Because the subject matter in this group is fucking, okay, the first lesson, the living legacy of trauma and safe coping. Like, every lesson was like, really? Really? Okay. And I realized that I had gotten like 1% of that, maybe 5%, but it all helped me. But now that I'm doing so much better and I know so much more about my trauma and I can talk about it and dive into it in a completely, well, I shouldn't say completely, that's not accurate, in a much more logical and analytical fashion, I have decided to redo that group, right? And my psychiatrist thought that was actually a good idea because I want to get the most information, the most that I can. And it's still hard for me, guys. Last week, we were doing this really great lesson. And I found myself, now it's partially ADHD, but it's also like, this is a natural trauma response, okay? When you're diving into your trauma or thinking about these things like leaving, taking care of yourself, you know, any sort of self-care, especially for people in cults or in domestic violence situations, okay? You are immediately programmed to go into a shame spiral all the way down to the bottom of the ocean and just leave yourself there and drown in your shame, okay? And I found myself getting agitated during this last lesson, and I started, like, because it's virtual, right? So I'm on this Zoom meeting, and I found myself opening a window over here on my laptop and just like, And then when I realized I was doing that, I was like, no. You have to focus, Nora. This is hard. It's fucking hard work to think about your trauma and talk about it and do the little workbook and write down the triggers and do this stuff. So I closed the thing and I dove back into the lesson, you know, and learned some things about myself. Even 22 years later, guys, even with all the therapy that I've been doing, it's still hard. I just went to therapy today with my therapist. It's still hard. I mean, at least I get to go see horses, but it's still hard to talk about all that stuff. Okay. I really think that it's so important. I know I talk a lot about therapy, and that's for a reason, guys, because it really works. And I want the Scientologists listening to know that psychiatry, psychology, therapists, they will not harm you. They will help you to heal. They will help you to move forward with your life. It is vital that you know that real help is out here. And it is not Scientology, I promise you. Okay. Dreamscape asks, would the foundations be willing to send an information package to the social network departments of hospitals so that those departments have the resources to assist immediately? I think that is fucking brilliant. If anybody from the Aftermath or SPTV Foundation is watching this stream, please do that. Or I'm going to figure it out myself. That's a whole other journey. Put here because comments are done. Well, I went back, Bo. I saw a whole bunch of things come up. For real, crumpled tinfoil, then uncrumpled and wrapped twice around the phone will block all signals incoming and outgoing. Well, that's true. But I'm telling you, just throw the phone away. Don't hang on to anything that they have given you. A pager, phone, nothing. This may sound like a silly question. But what are you afraid of when it comes to Scientology? You said how it does mess with your head, and I guess that's what I'm trying to say. What am I afraid of? That's a good question. Well, last year and the beginning of this year, I was convinced that they had. I mean, guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be 100% honest. I thought they had bugged my phones. I thought they had fucked my computer. I thought that my neighbors were spying on us. I thought, I went into complete paranoid state. Completely paranoid about everything. The mail, the mailman, all these things. Anytime I see a weird car, who's that? That's sus. I don't like, where are they from? Fuck that guy. Just what I fear is them in some roundabout way trying to infiltrate my home, my friend network, my life, my kids' lives. I do not want my children to be touched by Scientology in any way, shape, or form. Ever. They know how dangerous it is. I've, been open with them about that. But it's just, those are the visceral fears that I have. None of that was true, obviously. But when you, and this is just a message for people who are like, I got a question. I didn't write back to you. I will find it in my email. I'm sorry, but I'm going to just address it now. Somebody was like, tips for becoming a content creator. The main tip I have for you is the mistake that I made. Do not do this. Do not engage with the people leaving you negative comments. Simply delete them. Okay? Do not go to the places that are, creating nastiness about you in any way, shape, or form. Reddit, the Discords, the fucking comment section on Twitter, the hate websites that will come up, the troll accounts, all of that. Do not engage. People told me that. Multiple people. My wife, my friends, all these people were telling me, don't engage, don't engage, don't engage. And I was like, I can make it right because this is like a Scientology impulse. Only I can solve it, right? I didn't solve anything. ZDT is still a horrifically awful human, example of humanity. If aliens invaded Earth right now, and that was the only motherfucker they met from Earth, they would wipe out all of humanity. That is how awful he is as a human being. Okay? Do not engage with those people. Whether they are paid by Scientology, a front group, or what, it does not matter. It does not matter. Okay? Because they have only one purpose, and that is to hurt you. And if you let them in, like a vampire, if you invite them into your mind, they will do that. No matter how strong you think you are, no matter how evolved you think you are, how much therapy you have, they will fuck your mind. So if you want to get vampire mind fucked, bring them on in. Otherwise, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't waste. Don't do what I did. It's not worth it. Stacy Toms, what do you do for self-care after a stream like this? You're one tough cookie to do these streams, Nora. Thank you for all that you do for us. I read that totally in a different way, but I think I got the point, Stacy. Thank you. Normally, I go and cuddle with my wife. I go pet my dogs. If you don't have a dog, seriously, get a dog. That is like advice from therapists everywhere. Have an animal to pet. Dogs in particular are lovely for that purpose. I'll try and watch something funny. The Mormon Wives has been keeping me very entertained. But we have a lot of trash TV to catch up on. I'm also watching a lot of other really good shows. I read. I have meditations. I have multiple apps for meditation. I've talked to you guys about the Luminate app. A nice ice pack on my head helps. That is actually a therapy to which can stop a panic attack, or which can stop when you're having just an onslaught of negative thoughts. Literally putting ice water on your face or dunking your face into like a bowl of ice water will it will change your nervous system around. Okay. It will turn off the things that are freaking out and calm them down. So temperature is a big thing. Sometimes I just have some ice cream, guys. I'll be honest. Yeah. I'm an emotional eater, in case you hadn't noticed. I should become an emotional exerciser, but that's not on the agenda today. Chloe, completely random one to make you smile. Favorite song by, from the Dead Poets, from the Tortured Poets department. Mine is Guilty as Sin. Okay, let me pull up all the songs here. And this is a Swiftie question, guys. So I want to be exact. That is a fabulous album. If you have not listened to Taylor's newest album, The Tortured Poets Department, please do yourself a favor. Absolutely fantastic. Let me pull up the set list here. Okay. Let's share these here. So this is a long album too, guys. This is a big mamba jamba. Okay. Well, Fortnite won a whole bunch of stuff at the VMAs. I love that song. Love Posty on it. Down Bad is fabulous. Down Bad. Okay. Who's Afraid of Little Ol' Me? Absolute fucking banger. Okay. And I love to pump me up with that song. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. That's basically been my theme. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Clara Bow. I mean, Swifties don't come for me. Every song isn't a banger. Florida is fun, except for it makes me think of Flag. So I don't get the total vibe. The I Can Fix Him song, that just reminds me of my teenage years. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived is sincerely dedicated to David Miscavige, 100%. But Daddy, I Love Him is hilarious. And we all know that's about Travis. Guilty as Sin is fucking great. Love of My Life, which is the fucking clapback song to Kim Kardashian. Okay. Oh, no, is that Clara Bow? Sorry. Loss of My Life. That's a great one. I love The Alchemy. But I would say, for me, it's Who's Afraid of Little Ol' Me, for sure, on this album. And second one would be Down Bad. Because I'm into the bops right now, guys. I'm into the bops. The bop, shabop. I feel like there's more. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. We have to go to the anthology because then there's more songs. Please hold. Lost of My Life. I Can Do It With Broken Heart. I think that's actually tied with the other one that I said. Who's Afraid of Little Ol' Me, and I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I fucking love those songs. The Black Dog is great. I'm Gonna Get You Back is also great. So High School is hilarious. I Hate It Here. I love that. If you haven't heard I Hate It Here and you're in the Sea Org, fucking listen to that song. That is your song. The Prophecy is great. The Bolter is good. Yeah. Oh, Cassandra. That's the clapback song to Kim Kardashian. The Prophecy is great. So yeah. That's my review. I love Tay Tay. All right. I said it. Not more than my wife, but I love me some Tay Tay. Let's see here. When you were still in Scientology, did you ever feel possessed like one of the 7 superpowers? Ooh. At one point, guys, I did believe that I had cured myself of needing glasses. I want you guys to see what I see. Let's see if we can we'll just put that. See? Look how skinny I am with my glasses on. Oh, she's fat. And now she's skinny. That's how bad my eyes are, guys. I have a really bad astigmatism. It's really bad. Okay. Yeah. So no, I didn't cure myself, but I thought I did. No, I just walked around with migraines for not having glasses on for 4 years until I went to the RPF, and they're like, "What's wrong with you? Why can't you look at the e-meter?" I was like, "I can't see it." Please give your wife a hug from me for being so sweet and amazing. to you. She deserves all the respect in the world. She does. She does. Absolutely. 100%. All the fucking cheers for my wife, guys. Absolutely. Am I in comm with anyone under the radar? I could be. If you're emailing me like anonymously, then yeah. Are the shots you referred to, are they the dual sympathetic reset shot? Yes, Black Boots, they are. They absolutely are. And if you have access to that, please, please, please. Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Okay. I want to make that abundantly clear, but I highly recommend I give them 1,000,000 stars. That is my personal recommendation. DOA loves rainbows. Do ex-Scientologists still look at each other according to their prior position in Scientology? Do senior Sea Org members look down on publics, for example? I think some of them do. I think, especially when people are first leaving the Sea Org, they retain that sort of caste system, that sort of hierarchy that they were used to, because it's very familiar, very comforting. You know, it's just what was your day to day, right? But also they very much look down on like non-Scientologists and stuff. So I went through a period of that, of like, ew, you know, and then you realize you're a fucking idiot. So why is Taylor clapping back to Kardashian? Girl, Bo. Because she's married to Kanye. See, when you're a non-Swiftie, it doesn't matter to you. Fucking Kanye snatched the microphone from her, and I think, yeah, it's a whole history lesson that I don't have time for, and that's not what this, stream is about. But yeah, it's about Kanye. It's also about Kim being just a total biatch. So, okay, let's see here. We got some other comments. All right. Southern Mimi says, oh, wow, Nora, I'm so sorry. It must be horrible to have nightmares about this. Just know that you're helping people by talking about this. You may not know who, but I guarantee you've helped someone. Thank you. I hope so. Even if it's just one person, guys, that is worth it to me. That is worth it. Nisa, I've been in and out of therapy for years, and I did not go through what Scientology claims. Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's so stupid. Chloe Blue, all the love to supportive partners. Where would we be without them? 1,000,000%. I would not be here. I would not be here without my wife. I don't know where I'd be. I don't want to think about that. Vernon. Mike Rinder said that his nightmare ended after he wrote his book. The same may happen to you if you write a book as well. Sincerely, I hope your dreams stop. Thank you. I might write that book. I might do that. I have to think about that. Such a gem and loving person, your wife. Yes, she is, Melody. Yes, she is. The first comment was not supposed to say all black Scientologists. Dark jet steaks. My phone does not hear me right. Yeah, sometimes speech to text is not all it's cracked up to be. Try updating your phone. Maybe that'll help. Cuddly Floof says, we stand with you and your family, Nora. Thank you. Thank you guys for the support. Sincerely. Thank you so much. Same here, Nora. Got the way to happiness in my post yesterday. Got paranoid and contacted my neighbors. I had to know urgently if it was just me. Yeah, they will just randomly walk around neighborhoods and put it in there. Because people have to have a statistic of number of people who have been given it. So if you have like a mailbox that's open to the public, that is like ours here in Oregon are all like you have to go, no matter what kind of neighborhood you live in, guys, there's always like an area that's just like mailboxes. And we all have like a key and you got to go in and get your shit out of there. There's no way to just drop something in someone's slot. And there's no way to know whose slot is whose, right? Like if you're in box number 1, that's your box. It doesn't say your last name or anything on it. So, yeah. Discord is not usually a hate site. What happened in that PTS server was not allowed to happen by the owner and or the admin. Was allowed, sorry. It is not an example of a normal Discord server, in my opinion. Yeah, my kid's on Discord a lot, and I've found that they didn't ever have a problem like that. We have cheesecake and ice cream. Well, I'm coming over to your house, Lady Jane. Ben. Love the escaping hints. You have a heap of authority on that topic, but I'd also be interesting, helpful to have an expert on escaping and keeping a low profile, non-Scientology. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I will have to, maybe I can contact that guy that was a former CIA spy who's went on the Diary of a CEO. Did you guys watch the Diary of a CEO? Please tell me I'm not the only person that's subscribed to this amazing show. But he had this guy on. Let me address Chloe's comment here. All the song choices are correct. Taylor Swift stream at some point soon, please. Okay, we'll do a non-monetized Taylor stream. I fucking love that. Let me pull up the Diary of a CEO. If you guys don't subscribe to this channel, I'm going to pull it up here so you guys can see it. This show is brilliant. This guy is brilliant. He's a former tech startup guy, okay? And now he interviews other really, really incredibly. This was amazing. This lady, the woman who helped NBA stars to stop having showers just before bed. He does things where he puts out like a little snippet of each of the interviews, and then he has like the full interview, which are usually about 2 hours long, right? The ones that have helped me recently, this stream about Ozempic, life-changing, really, really interesting. But the one that I'm talking about, I have to go back. Let's scrolling back in time because he interviews incredible people. Okay. Where are you? Where is the stream with the guy? Did I scroll right past it? No. Okay, let me go to his channel. So we'll go down here. Here it is. Okay. So this is from 6 months ago. I'm rewatching it because I watched it once. I'm rewatching it. Okay. This guy who he's interviewing, Andrew Bustamante, is a former CIA operative and spy. Okay. He has started his own business. Let's see if they do a link to the business here. No. So he wears it on his t-shirt. And I think it's called Everyday Spy. Yeah. So if you go to his website, how about if I spell .com right? That is helpful. This is his website, everydayspy.com. He literally teaches you the secrets of being a spy, not being visible, you know, all of the things. All of the things. That interview will change your life. The one that he did here. I'll put a link to this. But this is helpful information. Again, if you're trying to leave a domestic violence situation, if you're trying to leave a cult, a high control group, this is excellent information in here. Please take a look at that. All right. Can I do a deep dive on acidic Jewish women? There's been a few documentaries about that. I think that would be fascinating. I am fascinated by that. So yes, I will deep dive into that and we'll discuss together. Guys, you guys gave me money. I cannot tell you how blessed I feel from getting this. Christy, thank you for this super chat. This is for all your hard work. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Marcy, thank you for this adorable super sticker. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Melody, what are you doing, girl? Thank you for this super sticker. Thank you. Cute Steffi in here. Please do part 2 of this. Okay. Well, we'll have to tune in for more Q&A, and I'll see if I can get, you know, some sort of expert here to, you know, talk about all these things, because I agree with you guys. The more information you have, the better. Yes, this is an accurate description of the channel. He is an English guy with long interviews with great people. But the great part is that he asks such great questions and then he doesn't interrupt them, right? And you're just getting this fucking plethora of great info from these people. So definitely please, you know, go check that. And yes, this is very true. Andrew Bustamante is highly respected in the intel community. Correct. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's not just some guy. You know, Bustamante is a YouTube whore. I'm sure he'd come on. I would love to do a collab with him and just be like, hey, listen, I'm a former cultie. What advice do you have for people who are like watching YouTube in secret, trying to fucking escape from a cult? Can you imagine like a CIA spy giving you the nitty gritty? I would love to know how much of the information I said here on this stream was good, or if I was just grasping at straws and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, or if, you know, I nailed it. Like, I would love to know that. I will find a way to reach out to Andrew Bustamante and see if I can beg him to come on with me, or I'll go on his show, anything. That would be amazing. Guys, this has been incredible. I'm going to give myself some time to wind down, meditate, snuggle, pet the puppies, all of those things, okay? Because it's important. Taking care of yourself, self-care is the most important thing you can do for yourself and everyone around you. Trust me, taking that 5, 10, 15 minutes a day to do that one thing that you love, even if it's just getting a little boom boom stick like this, okay, that smells like lavender, and you unscrew it and you just smell the lavender and it calms you down and brings you into like a nirvana zen. Go get a boom boom stick. This is not sponsored. I have no idea how to sell these to you guys, okay? Comes in different scents. In winter mint, which helps my sinuses, and the lavender, which is calming, okay? Anything. It can even be that little, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for these incredible questions and comments tonight. Thank you for being here for this stream. If you're on the replay crew, I love you too. Thank you always for tuning in, guys. Thank you for the support, and I will catch you all on the flippity dippity. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you as always to all my mods and all my members. And guys, click that link. Scan it, click it, love it. Send me boxes of money. I need it. I'll see you guys on the flippity dippity.